Have a laugh. In Proverbs 17:22 it says that a joyful or a merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. And Ecclesiastes 3:4 it's talking about the different times of life and times to do things, but it says that there's a time to laugh. And so what I wanted to do today is just tell you a few simple jokes, and hopefully it'll brighten up your day. Okay? Even if you don't like the jokes, you can just laugh at me trying to say them. Okay? Okay. Well, we have roots in Louisiana, and we have the Cajun culture, and a lot of times we tell Cajun jokes, even upon ourselves. And it's a real simple attitude towards life, and it's funny. It's good. One is about when Boudreaux and Marie. That Boudreaux is a good Cajun name there, and they lived a real simple life. They lived out in the country and they'd fish or crawfish or hunt, but they didn't have much, wealth and everything. But they lived a real simple life. And eventually, what happened was they died and went to heaven. And they got up there and they saw those big pearly gates. And Marie looks at Boudreaux and she said, "Hey, Boudreaux." He said, "What's that?" She said, "Look." He says, "We finally going to get to live in a gated community." Yeah. Okay, another one is there was a salesman that was traveling by, and he stopped in front of Boudreaux and Marie's house. And he got out, and Marie was out on the front porch. And he asked her, he says, "Ma'am," he says, "can you give me directions to Baton Rouge?" And Marie said, "Oh," she said, "me, I don't know how to get to Baton Rouge. I'm sorry." He says, "Okay, well, thank you, ma'am." So he gets in his car, and as he was driving off, he looked in his rearview mirror, and he sees Boudreaux and Marie back there just shaking their hands and hollering at him. So he stops and he goes back. So he gets back and gets out of his car, and he goes up there, and Marie says, "Look, this be my husband, Boudreaux." "Huh." He said he don't know how to get to Baton Rouge either, eh? Okay. The next one was the Avon lady was coming by Boudreaux's house, and she knocked on the door, and Boudreaux says, "Oh," and Boudreaux, you got to understand, he was real straightforward, real direct. He didn't give long explanations of anything. And the lady says, "Is your wife at home?" He said, "No, she's not here." And she says, "Well, can I come in and wait for her to come home? I'm the Avon lady." So he said, "Sure." She come on in, sat down. Well, 3 hours went by. And the lady says, "Mr. Boudreaux," says, "look, it's been 3 hours." He says, "Where did your wife go?" He says, "Oh," says, "she went down to the cemetery." He says, "Well, will she be coming back soon?" He says, "Me, I don't think so." He says, "She done been there 11 years, yeah?" Okay. The medical field, psychologists, psychiatrists, they say that most sicknesses, the illnesses in our bodies, that whether it be mental or physical, is basically 70 to 80% based on our attitude, our personality, based on psychological conditions. And there's a lot of truth in that, because a lot of people will hold bitterness and unforgiveness in their lives, and when they do that, it just eats them up. And you got to be able to release that. You got to be able to release those offenses and those people. And in doing that, you'll live a much healthier life. Now, we do know that in Jesus there's peace. We know that there's forgiveness, and we can pass that on to others, that forgiveness and that peace. So as always, I want to encourage you to keep your eyes on Jesus and be blessed.